Thank you, Michael. Continue to fill out your pledge forms. Don't mind me. You probably do this when you're watching the news in the evening. Do something else. Thank you for your generosity and for the time you spent with us today. I want to talk to the students just briefly. Students, raise your hands. Continue to pursue your education with enthusiasm. The smarter you are, the better you are, the more employable you will be. And you will meet people along your school career and as you get into the workaday world who might make a difference in your life that you can't even imagine. My first job was in Fargo, North Dakota, at the worst station in town. And I anchored the news, and I was lousy. About 8 months, I heard about a job opening in Minneapolis. So I called the news director. He said he'd be in his office on a Saturday afternoon, so I drove down to Minneapolis and met with him and chatted for a while. I wasn't going to get the job. I was too young, too raw, and did not know enough. But you know what? 10 months later, there was a news director in Orlando, Florida, who needed a weekend anchor. Guess who he called? He called the news director in Minneapolis, who was his friend, who then said, there's this guy in Fargo you may want to take a look at. He did. He flew me down to Orlando and hired me. That same news director hired me a second time in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He hired me a third time at King TV in Seattle. And the rest is history. So I hope you take that message to heart. I know it's been repeated oftentimes, but sometimes you may want to hear a good example of how fate can intervene, and you make your own luck. Okay, we're going to officially wrap up the events. We have this room until 1:30. Stick around, say hi to some people you might not have been able to contact. If you parked in the Columbia Tower, you want to pay for your parking on level A or in the lobby at the payment kiosk before returning to your car. It was a great event. For those of you folks on the east, well, everyone have a great day. And for those of you who live on this side of the mountains, I will see you tonight at 5, 6:30, 10.